Hey guys, it's Steffi, and today we are going to be using my Jetboil for the first time. I have the Jetboil Jet Power isobutane and propane fuel mix. This specific one will give you 55 boils whenever it's at 100% capacity. So whenever it's full to the brim, just bought it out of the box, it will give you 55 boils. So depending on how many meals you cook throughout the day while you're on trail or while you're out camping, that could give you a few weeks worth of meals, or that could give you a few months worth of meals. A lot of people cold soak, so they don't even use a stove at all. So if you kind of decide to take that route, and this would last you a really long time, which is really nice. It doesn't seem to be that heavy. I know it's not like ultra light by any means, but it gives you a lot of boils, and I know that this is going to last me a very long time. Another really cool thing about this is that it is 4-season performance. So even if you're out in the snow, if you try to light this thing, it will give you a flame. Something that my husband bought me to go along with my fuel is this little guy, and it's basically just a support so that if you're on like rocky ground or kind of like mushy soil, uneven terrain, grass, anything like that, this is going to keep it in place and not let it tip over or fall. It's just kind of another safety precaution. So there's a lot of little divots. Well, I guess there's just 2 divots. I have the bigger fuel canister, so I'm going to be using the one on the outside, not the one on the inside. So we're just going to click it in. And it fits on like that. So now whenever it sits on the ground, it'll have more ground area contact, so it won't tip over, that's nice. The next thing I'm going to be using to use my cook system for the first time is this really awesome little titanium mug that my husband bought me. It's a GSI, I don't know if you can see it because it's not really, there it is. It's a GSI Outdoors titanium. I think it's 750 milliliters. It's the larger size, which is really cool. And then the handles fit around for better packing, so it doesn't take up as much space. And then whenever you're ready to use it, you just flip it out and then you have a handle. The next part of my cook system is the stove itself. So it's not the fuel canister, but it's the stove that connects to the fuel canister. So you're going to have 3 little arms that stick up like this. This is how you turn, this is how you open the, what is the name of it? This little weird spoolie thing right here is what you could consider like the power switch to it. So whenever you turn it, it opens up the fuel and allows the fuel to come out through these little holes. And then it has a little tiny like spigot right here. Whenever you press this button in, this will spark. The gas will be coming out of here, and then it creates a little flame. That's nice because that means that you don't necessarily have to have a lighter. A lot of people would carry either matches or a lighter with them just in case this little sparker ever goes out or ever snaps off or ever breaks. So as backup, you could carry a lighter, but it does have a built-in system to ignite the flame. This is my first time actually using it. I'll probably mess up, and that's okay. Just bear with me. So I already have the canister connected to the little stability thing. It has a little cap on it, so we're just gonna pull that off, and now the opening to the fuel is exposed. You'll see in the bottom of this, there's a little, like a little protruding part in the very middle. And that is going to, I believe, stick inside of that little hole. All right, so the next thing we're going to be doing is, I guess, making the food. I tried to choose a food that a lot of people actually make on trail so that I could do like a pretty good comparison to what I've seen online. So I chose just to do like a dry pasta mix, like an instant pasta, like a mac and cheese or whatever. So today we're doing organic deluxe elbows and cheese, and I already have the water and the pasta in there. So all I'm gonna do is pour this into my camp mug. I'll set it on the flame. Oh gosh. Wait for it to boil, take it off, turn the flame off, and then I'll mix in the cheese and the toppings and we'll see how it goes. Wish me luck. All right, so I have the flame going. I'm waiting for the water to boil. It shouldn't take that long since it's only about a cup of water. I guess let's see how long it takes. It's been on there for about 1 minute and the water's already boiling. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the valve and take it off. Okay, so I've shut the valve off to the jet boil. There's no more propane being let out of it. Oof. So now I'm just waiting for the pot to cool so I can touch it because I don't want to burn myself. And then I will mix in my trail dinner. All right, the jet boil is officially off. Oof, it's still hot. I have my mac and cheese. Okay, so from what I've seen online, whenever people bring things like ramen or other kinds of dry pasta, they'll also pack out some kind of toppings to make it more enjoyable, I guess, because you'll be eating the same thing many times while you're out on a thru hike. So I decided to get some chives and some bacon bits. So I'll go ahead and mix those in now. All right, so now it's had a little time to cool off. We're gonna go ahead and disassemble it, and I'm gonna show you how I pack away my cook system. So I normally store it inside the pot for protection, and I usually put this in it as well. Obviously I have mac and cheese in here right now, so I will not do that. I'll wait till I've cleaned it out first and then I'll stow it away. We are all done. We have the mac and cheese, we have the chives. I would say, like, I'm gonna do a taste test, but I know what mac and cheese tastes like. I was just trying to see if I knew how to use my stove, and I did, so I'm not totally embarrassed. I feel like I did a decent job. Maybe next time I won't start the flame while I'm practically at eye level with it. Other than that, it worked really fast. It worked really easily. The only thing that I had trouble with was I didn't know how far to open the valve. So the more rotations you get on the handle that leads to the valve, the more fuel it lets out. It could let out just a little bit of fuel, or it could open the valve really wide and let out a lot of fuel. And I, at first, didn't have it open far enough, so I wasn't allowing enough gas to come out to actually light the flame. It would spark, and then the wind would kind of take hold of it and put it out. So after I opened it far enough, it lit really easily, and it stayed lit. It was super easy to use. I was expecting it to be a little harder. All right, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more content like this where I get to use my gear for the first time, then make sure and hit the like button or leave a comment down below asking what you would like me to test out for the first time. I am super amateur. I've pretty much not used anything before, so it's all very interesting to me whenever I get to break out a new piece of equipment for the first time. It's really fun for me. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon if you would like to get notified whenever I upload a new video. Thanks for watching. Bye. I could live on mac and cheese. It's so good.